Hello and good morning from Universal. So today's the reopening day of Volcano Bay. I'm not going to be going to Volcano Bay, but I wanted to get here bright and early. It's a little bit before 9 o'clock in the morning because I want to have some breakfast at Islands of Adventure today. I'm also going to be going over to Universal Studios Florida to see what's new over there because a lot is being introduced and then a lot is also being taken away. So it's going to be fun to check out the construction progress and updates as far as that is concerned. I'll get to that as I get to that, but first I am going to be going to Islands for some breakfast. Okay, so the park just opened. It is 9 o'clock. It's very busy right now. It's a Saturday at park opening. On a day that Volcano Bay opened, it's probably going to hit capacity at some points today, which is why I wanted to get here super early as possible. All right, so I'm heading over towards Islands of Adventure. I'm checking out my options in terms of what I can order, so I can go to Blondie's, Cafe 4, Captain America Diner, the Fire Eaters Grill, the Burger Digs, the Three Broomsticks, or Thunder Terrace Falls. So this is pretty interesting. We're being directed over here to enter into the park. This is the exit of Islands of Adventure, and this is, I guess, an entrance right now if it gets incredibly busy. So that was definitely a first, entering in along this side of Universal. This is the exit right over here in the souvenir shop. So I'm inside of Islands, but I'm just way over here, which is, again, pretty cool. So I entered in way over there, and after looking at the available menus at all of the restaurants that are open right now in Islands of Adventure, I actually don't know if I can get breakfast here right now, which is a little bit disappointing. Places that I thought served breakfast that actually used to don't right now, like the Three Broomsticks, so I might have to just gotta wait until lunch. Okay, so what I think I'm gonna do is go somewhere that I've never been before for a bit of a snack to satiate my appetite, then maybe have lunch a little bit later. I'm gonna go into the Croissant Moon Bakery. So it looks like here they have breakfast sandwiches and danishes and croissants. And this is probably a pretty good place for me to actually start my day. This is a bit surprising, but I'm happy. So they have cheesecakes, they have eclairs, they have croissants and danishes and muffins and cookies, and they have sandwiches. Right here, I got the breakfast croissant here, the bacon, egg, and cheese breakfast croissants. This is great. I am very surprised that I haven't really explored in here before and gotten some food. Okay, so now that I have my croissant, I need to go find a place to eat it. I think I'm gonna go over here towards Seuss Landing because I do want to end up over in Potter and Jurassic Park at some point later on this afternoon. So this is probably the direction to head. Actually, right over here by the Blackwater Bar, Confuscos is not open yet, and there's a really nice secluded outdoor area over here. So I think I'm just gonna go ahead and find a spot over here and enjoy my croissants in privacy. Alright, so I have my table to enjoy my croissant, which I'm sure is going to be delicious. I'm hoping, it's probably not going to happen, but I'm hoping to see the VelociCoaster test today. It's probably not going to happen in the early hours of the park being open. There's still some updates to go over there and check out, which I'm excited about because the walls did come down, but it would be so cool to see it test. Alright, so that's where it was, right over there at the Blackwater Bar, outdoor seating area. That croissant, honestly, was fantastic. It was about half the price of breakfast that you would get anywhere else, like Green Eggs and Ham or the Leaky Cauldron. It was about $7 and it was very filling, and that croissant was just so warm and buttery. I don't know, it was great, and I really sincerely anticipate being back hopefully very soon, multiple more times. This is where I was gonna come eat, right over here by the water, because it's pretty quiet and secluded, but just eating over there in the shade, that was also pretty nice and cool. So I'm heading over to Jurassic Park just to see the VelociCoaster construction and the walls down, to see what that looks like, and then probably head on over to Universal Studios. Again, it'd be really cool to see it testing today, but that is not the purpose of today's visit for me. At some point I'm gonna see it testing, so it'll just have to happen when it happens. I tried to get a virtual time for Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure earlier today, but they were all gone by the time I got into the garage, which is a little bit sad, but again, I'm just kind of here to walk around and see what's new and what's going away. Alright, so I made it to Hogsmeade. It looks a little bit congested over here, so I don't really anticipate staying here for too long. Just mostly on the way to Jurassic Park. Yeah, this is a little bit busy, isn't it? This is just kind of early in the morning as everybody's trying to figure out where they're trying to go. Obviously, so it's not going to be like this all day long, but it's still kind of a little bit confusing, huh? So before heading over to Jurassic Park, I wanted to come over to Forbidden Journey. This isn't really new at all, but there are new lockers over here. They used to be inside the castle, and now they are right over here. I wanted to go check those out just to see what that process is like to get a locker now. Okay, so I'm in line for the lockers, which is along this pathway that used to just be part of the extended queue, but now it's all the way over to the lockers. So that is the line for Forbidden Journey, which is currently a 120-minute wait. And I am right underneath Hogwarts Castle, which is way up there. I am leaning all the way back because right over here are the lockers, and they pretty much work how all of the new lockers work at Universal, where you just go up and you scan your ticket, you keep your ticket with you, and then you get in line for the ride. And it works so much better than how it used to way over there, where you had to go underneath the castle, and it was very, very cramped and kind of claustrophobic, but it works really well now. Alright, so now I am moving on to Jurassic Park to see what's new over here, because a pretty good amount has happened since I was last here, just about a week ago. And what I'm talking about is, of course, right over here in Jurassic Park, which is this, the VelociCoaster sign stating that it's going to be opening summer 2021, and it's going to be along this path all the way back here. So this is where you're going to enter to ride the VelociCoaster. I'm not sure how much longer this pathway is going to be this quiet and relaxing, being the entrance to VelociCoaster, but at some point, hopefully soon, you can see a couple of raptors that are wrapped up right now on columns kind of back over there. That is so cool. Man, I want to see this thing testing so bad. Alright, but now it is time for what I am incredibly excited for, to see in person. If you have an aversion to spoilers, then you may want to skip forward a little bit, because I'm going to check out the VelociCoaster with the walls down. So this is directly across from the raptor encounter, which I thought this was going to be the entrance to the ride, but clearly not. Because here it is. Just poking my camera through the gates, the fence right now. Well, this is pretty cool to see. I've seen a lot of different videos and photos of this, but just getting to see it in person, man, this is awesome. It's a pretty popular spot to hang out, to try to see a little bit of the VelociCoaster. And they go down here to the other area where you can peek through the fence. This is a little bit more secluded over here. There's probably a little bit less to see. Wow, that is still pretty incredible. I'm still just wanted to see this ride testing, so I just know the orientation of how the track goes and how the train car goes on the track. So this is cool. It's kind of funny because right now this is the River Adventure stroller parking, just right underneath this massive coaster. So this is an Intamin roller coaster, which I'm pretty positive also did Hagrid's Motorbike Adventure, and then also I think they did Gringotts as well. So this is the third collaboration with Intamin, if I'm not mistaken. So yep, that was as cool to see in person as I anticipated. I just wanted the glimpse, just a peek. But now, just to see it testing, that's all I need to see, is just actually see that train running. Alright, I'm heading into Toon Lagoon, and here's the refurbishment for Dudley Do-Right's Ripsaw Falls. They have walls up on both sides of the ride. I think this is going to be down for about a month or so, and I got to see it on the very, very final day before its refurbishment. Okay, so I think I'm gonna head over to Universal Studios now. I think that I pretty much covered everything that I wanted to in Ireland. So I wanted to have breakfast here, and I wanted to go check out the VelociCoaster. The wait time right now for the Amazing Adventures of Spider-Man is a 105-minute wait. It is a busy day at the parks, without a doubt. None of them have hit capacity yet, which is a little bit surprising, especially Volcano Bay. So on the way over to Universal Studios, I do want to stop by a location in CityWalk, because there's some pretty interesting updates as far as Blue Man Group is concerned. So I am heading over to see the Blue Man Group Theater to check out the progress of what's going on over there. But check this out, this kind of caught my eye. There's some VelociCoaster merchandise on display right now. So that is pretty cool. They must be pretty close to opening. And I still haven't seen the coaster test. They have all of this Jurassic World merchandise for the VelociCoaster. Alright, I'm hyped. So this is pretty interesting. Outside of the exit to Islands of Adventure, they have these fences up. And they've had these up when they've been anticipating capacity, so they might yet hit capacity later on this afternoon, but at the very least, it seems like they're anticipating a busy day, and these kind of warrant the need for some organization. And then here's my old nemesis, the standby fence, where you would just wait here in the sun for hours and hours, seeing if you're going to be able to get into the park once they hit capacity. So with these being up and ready to go, I think I need to head over to Universal to make sure that I can get inside. All right, so I made it to Universal Studios. They have the capacity gates staged over here for Universal, but what I wanted to show off was this over here. All of the signage relevant to the Blue Man Group is completely gone. All of the signs over here that used to have references to Blue Man Group, they are completely blank. Now even the building itself that used to say Blue Man Group has been completely painted over. That used to be the Nickelodeon building, and now it's just completely dormant. It's not being used at all. The gate is closed here, so I'm assuming that the entrance to Universal on the side there is also closed as well. But this is a bummer. This show was so incredible, and I'm sad to see it go, honestly. But I'm glad that I got to see it a few times, at least. But now I wonder what they're going to be putting there. There's no entrance at the exits of Universal Studios like there was over at Islands, but there's a pretty significant line of people to get tickets to get inside Universal. So it's pretty busy over here too, it looks like. Okay, so I had to get in line over here with a view down and back to get inside this area in order to get inside Universal Studios. So I am almost there. All right, so I'm inside Universal Studios. I think I'm gonna head back to Kids Zone to check out something back there that I think is pretty sad. But first, over by the Universal Studios store, I was wondering if it was gonna be here, and it is not. So right here, there used to be a giant advertisement for Blue Man Group, and it is gone. It is now just a box. It was just right here. It was as tall as this building is. It was a massive, massive advertisement. And they really are removing all references to Blue Man Group in the parks, man. It's sad. So similarly to Blue Man Group, another experience at Universal has ended permanently, and all references to it are being taken away, and that is going to be A Day in the Park with Barney, which is back in Kids Zone. So from what I understand, they've removed pretty much all references to Barney back in Kids Zone. His fountain, the name of the show, pretty much everything that referenced Barney is gone. Okay, so maybe not every single reference to A Day in the Park with Barney because it's still on the sign here, but I have made it back to Kids Zone, so I'm just gonna go see what it looks like back there because it already looks pretty barren. Fievel's Playland is still closed back here in Kids Zone, as well as the Curious George play area back there. And now all signage relevant to Barney has been taken away. There's no more sign. He's even gone from his fountain right over there. Yep, Barney is gone from his fountain. Looks like that area is closed. Back there, the bathrooms are still accessible, but it seems like the only option in the entirety of Kids Zone is Woody Woodpecker's Nut House coaster, and everything else is either indefinitely closed or permanently shut down, which is just, it's sad. All right, so I'm gonna keep walking around Universal to see if there's anything new that I haven't noticed the past couple times that I've been here for Mardi Gras. I'm pretty positive that there's really nothing else, at least to showcase inside the park, but there is something pretty significant in CityWalk too that I want to show off. So I made it through Springfield. It looks like King of Koto's Twirl and Hurl is operating again on the weekends because I don't remember it going on the weekdays recently, so that's pretty interesting. I've made it around half of the park now, but I think I'm still going to go and head back to CityWalk just to show the last few things that I wanted to show off today, because I guess today is just turning into a bit of an update day at Universal. That was of course the point of coming today, which was to showcase what's new at both of the parks, but I always try to do something in addition to just showing generic construction updates or progress, whether it's trying to eat somewhere new or ride a ride. But all the rides are just really, really long waits today. Nothing seems to be less than an hour, but I did have that breakfast croissant this morning, which was good. Transformers is currently a 75-minute wait. Despicable Me is a 90-minute wait, and then Revenge of the Mummy is only virtual line right now, and you can see all of the stanchions way down there set up for that. So yeah, I guess today's just not really a good day for rides. It's probably just as good because it is getting incredibly hot in the parks right now, so I would probably benefit from heading on out and trying to hydrate myself. Alright, so off to CityWalk I go to check out what I think is probably one of the bigger announcements that Universal has subtly made relatively recently. That's pretty cool. We will definitely be back for more Mardi Gras at Universal, and probably sooner rather than later, and then probably not by ourselves either, maybe with some special guests. So heading out of Universal, in the little gift store next to the exit turnstiles, they have a sale on Blue Man Group merchandise, which is pretty cool. There's one more place in CityWalk that I do want to check out, because I'm pretty sure that it's an advertisement for Blue Man Group that's still there that they have not removed yet. So I'll have to check that out. But Okay, looks like you can still buy some Blue Man Group merchandise, even though it's not here anymore. So what I think is reasonably exciting news and fairly significant as far as CityWalk is concerned, right here yesterday, in fact, Universal confirmed that this is going to be a Universal Studios store, which was rumored for the longest time, pretty much since when they started constructing. So that's going to be the entirety of this building here, it seems. Right now, the Universal Studios store is right over there, and it's just the first little level on the ground over there. So this is probably going to double or triple the available space that they have. So that's pretty cool that it was finally confirmed and announced. It still seems like it's a pretty decent amount of time before it does open, and it's going to be very convenient for the exit for both Islands and Universal, so that's cool. Okay, so the final reference to Blue Man Group that looks like it has not been removed is right here as you enter into CityWalk. They're not playing any advertisements on the little televisions there, but they're still there, so it's probably going to be removed relatively soon if I had to guess. And our just just a little bit dark. There they are, the Blue Man Group. And hello from my phone, because for whatever reason the battery on my camera just loves to die before I film the final clip of the video. But nonetheless, I had an incredible day at Islands and Universal Studios, just getting to walk around just to see what's new and what's changing about the resort, what's coming and what's going away. I still need to see the VelociCoaster testing at some point, but I had a great breakfast this morning, and then I got a little exercise just walking around the park. I had a great day, and I'm glad that I was able to come out. The next time is probably going to be for Mardi Gras in the future, and then at some point just to see that coaster testing. But thank you for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I'll see you soon. Have a good day, and goodbye.